Hello,
Magandang
magandang
po
gabi.
sa lahat.
Hi, Bernadette.
Morning.
Hello, Ma'am Kai.
Hello, Andy.
Hello po, good evening.
Po sa
Ayan.
lahat. Welcome
Good evening po
to
sa lahat.
our new episode ng Senior City Kwentuhan. Pang ilan, Miss Bernadette?
Episode 36 na po tayo at kung makikita niyo po sa inyong screen, ang ating pong episode ngayon sa Senior City Kwentuhan ay From Royal to Rural. Ayan.
At
And yan po. And Senior City Kwentuhan is into our 5th year na po, co-hosted by Ma'am Girlie Villariba and Sir Ed De La Torre. Pero co-hosted po na ngayon with Bernal Sorio and Sky Santos. And simultaneously live po tayo sa mga Facebook pages po ng ating partners, Inet Philippines, CISO o Lapis, senior sa panahon ng COVID, and yours truly, Philippine Rural Reconstruction Movement or PRRM.
yan, thanks, Burns. At for tonight, ang ating topic nga ay From Royal to Rural at meron tayong kasama ngayon na mag-share. Ano ba tong From Royal to Rural na pinagsasabi natin? Siya po si Andy Javier, kasama din po namin sa
Hello.
PRRM. Siyang may sala sa mga poster at sa mga video
Ang
na
sadali.
inihanda namin sa mga Senior City episodes. Welcome, Andy, sa episode na
Good
ito.
evening po. Hello. Co-host and co-guest and guest ka rin pala, Miss Kay tonight.
Yeah, co-host, co-guest.
And guest.
Sige. So, ang
Good
title
evening po.
natin, Good evening, Ans. Thank you for joining us. Ang subtitle, Multi-Country Observational Study Mission on Implementing the Sufficiency Economy Theory to Sustain Community Development. Haba, pero at mahaba din ang aming presentation.
Opo. Try namin na makuha in 1 hour.
Sige, so simulan na natin, Andy.
Opo. Okay po. Okay. Share ko lang po ang screen.
Kami po yan ni Andy ang magkasama sa study tour na ito. Study mission.
Nakikita niyo na po ba?
Yes.
Okay po. Ayan, ito po yung gaya po na nabanggit ni Miss Kai. So, ang haba ng title. So, ito po yung inattendan namin ni Miss Kai na study mission noong July 31 to August 2 po sa Thailand. Actually, 5 days po siya kasi umalis kami ng 30 and then bumalik kami ng August 3. Pero yung mismong study mission ay 3 days lang po. So, ang implementing organizations po ay yung APO, yung Asian Productivity Organization, and yung Thailand Productivity Institute, FTTPI. So, ayan. Quickly lang po, bigay lang po namin yung background po ng implementing organization. So, sa local po dito sa Pilipinas, ang nag-facilitate po ng aming application ni Ms. Kai doon sa study mission ay yung Development Academy of the Philippines. So, yung DAP po. And yung APO po, ayan, established po siya noong 1961 as a regional and intergovernmental organization, and then non-political, non-profit, non-discriminatory organization po siya. And ito po yung kanyang function po ang mag-promote ng productivity among its member countries po on the industry, services, and agriculture sectors through partnerships with the NPOs. Ito po yung sa Pilipinas po, yung DAP and other international organizations. And banggitin ko lang, Miss Kai, na binibigay din natin yung background kasi for the rest of November po, may magpa-present pa po tayong ibang kasamahan po na nag-attend din po ng courses nila. So, bibigay na po namin yung background ngayon ng organization na nag-implement na nag-invite po sa atin. And ito po yung vision, mission, and
Ans,
goals
pakilakas,
ng APO. Sorry. Ito po yung vision, mission, and goals ng APO. So yung vision, inclusive, innovation-led, productivity growth in the Asia-Pacific. Ang mission po nila is to contribute to the sustainable socio-economic development of Asia and the Pacific through enhancing productivity. And yung goals po ay sustain productivity growth. And then second, yung robust innovation ecosystem and inclusive engagement and shared prosperity. So, ito po yung key roles ng APO as a think tank and then as a catalyst, as regional advisor sa Asia-Pacific region po, and then institution builder, and also clearinghouse for productivity information. And then, ito po yung list ng member countries. Currently po, may 21 member countries. So, kasama po tayo, yung Philippines. And then, may mandatory fee po based on agreed formula. So, ito po yung function naman ng NPO. Sila po yung national bodies of APO member countries. Mandated po yan ng government ng member country to promote productivity in key economic sectors. And then, they also serve as the yung official liaison bodies po. So, gaya po na nabanggit ko earlier, sila po yung nag-facilitate ng application namin sa APO Secretariat po na naka-base sa Japan naman. So, yung mga project types po ng APO, meron po tayong multi-country projects, may individual country projects, and may digital learning projects. So, sorry. Hindi ko na po isa-isahin lahat, pero dito po, yung pinuntahan po namin nila Miss Kai, yung sa amin po ay dito nag-fall sa multi-country project. So, under dito sa multi-country study mission. So, ayun po. Yung study mission po, meron tayong 29 participants po. And then, 4 po dun sa 29 ay from the Philippines. So, 2 po kami ni Miss Kai, PRM. And then, may 2 pa po tayong nakasama from Solid Waste Management Association of the Philippines Incorporated. So, from 14 member countries po yung nag-attend. Ayan po sila po. Kami
Yan po
4
kami
yung
sa
Pinoy
nakasakay
po.
sa tuktok.
Po. Si Miss Catherine and si Miss, ano nga ba Miss Kai?
Marlene.
Marlene, opo. Ayan. So, ang objectives po nung study mission ay to understand the concept of the sufficiency economy philosophy or SEP, and then mag-observe po nung best practices nila dun sa communities, and mag-discuss how to apply the theory po para ma-develop sa ibang communities naman po. Ang target outcome po is to understand the key yung success factors or yung enabling factors po, including policies and frameworks sa pag-apply ng SEP po to support and promote sustainable communities and APO members. Ayan. So ngayon po, i-request ko si Miss Kai po mag-play nung una nating video po on SEP. Thank you, Miss Kai.
Adopting the sufficiency economic philosophy as the Thai way of life is equivalent to moving Thailand towards becoming the happiest and most hospitable country in the world. The World Happiness Report bases its results on people's assessment of their own lives. The report also considers gross domestic product per capita, health and life expectancy, perceptions of corruption, social support, and the freedom to make life's decisions. While the World Happiness Report is the end result, adopting a sufficiency economy is a means to achieve that result, which is happiness. Initiated by His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand, the sufficiency economy has its roots in Thai culture. Thai people have long been taught how to live their everyday lives with moderation and caution. The philosophy of the sufficiency economy grows out of those general principles. Living life using the sufficiency philosophy as a guideline to finding real happiness is not as complicated as it may seem, but we must first of all understand that this philosophy encompasses 3 constituents. 1. Moderation. This refers to the state of feeling and being fulfilled. Practically speaking, when production and consumption meet as equals, nor surplus, shortage, or waste will occur. 2. Reasonableness. It is advisable to consider the pros and cons of each situation before making a decision and to base the decision upon explainable and acceptable facts and figures. 3. Immunity to misleading influences and changes. This principle helps us and our community to remain stable and unaffected by outside influences. A feasibility study should be conducted to be aware of possible outcomes. As well as the aforementioned constituents, knowledge and morality are also key preconditions. This means proper and relevant knowledge must be gathered prior to building strategies and implementing tactics. Meanwhile, morality like honesty, the greater good, fairness, accountability, and the sufficiency of personal and national needs must be taken into account in each decision-making process. This will ensure that we ourselves and our community are trustworthy, resulting in pride and dignity. A sufficiency economy is not aimed at denying growth, competition, connection, or globalization. Instead, it teaches us not to harm ourselves, our community, or others by exploiting human resources and taking excessive advantage of natural resources in order to generate high productivity and profit. Adopting a sufficient lifestyle can be applied to any setting, whether it is agricultural, industrial, financial, or in the service sector. The key is to create the least debt or no debt at all. However, seeking loans is acceptable as long as they are necessary for our basic needs or for the expansion of our business, which will in turn help generate additional income to support our lives and be able to pay back the money and interest to the creditor over time. As mentioned, a sufficiency economy is a means to happiness. It's a philosophy that yields freedom to make life's decisions. But to attain that freedom and real happiness, people must learn how to live an independent lifestyle by earning enough to live on, by growing enough food to eat, and to develop interdependent networks by sharing and caring for one another. In truth, a sufficiency economy is a philosophy to enable us to develop respect for ourselves and gain a ready willingness to show hospitality to others. These are principles that bring happiness to us from within and make it possible for Thailand to top the list as the happiest country in the world.
Happiest country of the world, Thailand.
Yan po ang sufficiency economy theory. Sabi nga, it's a philosophy na parang that guides our actions, our perspectives, or the way we do things. Ganun. Okay, back to PowerPoint ni Andy. Licious.
Ayan, so review lang siguro, Miss Kay, nung nung framework na pinakita dun sa video kanina.
Ayan,
So, yun nga, ito yung tatlong main components ng framework or principles na nag-guide sa kanila in any initiative, tawag nila Royal Initiative na ginagawa nila dun sa Thailand. So, yung moderation, yun nga, parang not too much, not too little na pag pinoproduce or ng kinokonsume nila. So, enough lang for everyone na hindi na abuso yung sarili, yung kapwa, at saka yung environment.
Tiganid.
Po, tama. Moderate your greed, sabi. And then, ayun, Miss Kay, baka may i-add po kayo dun sa...
Yun sa moderation. Sa reasonableness, yung bukod din sa sinabi ng video kanina na backed by data, backed by na may basehan, yun ding may pangangailangan, parang bahagi din no, yung may pangangailangan at merong sapat na resources or tools para gawin yung isang bagay. Reasonableness. Parang rational na gawa.
Ayun. Feasible, ganyan, practical, tsaka efficient.
Yeah.
Tsaka winuwing yung pros and cons niya ng initiative. And then yung self-immunity, siguro mas makaka-relate tayo dun sa concept or term na resilience.
Yeah.
And dito sa Pilipinas. So, kumbaga, immune or hindi ka na-apektuhan negatively nung changes outside or dun sa environment. Madaling makarecover.
At mag-rebuild to stronger stronger condition. Yan ang SEP.
Yan, oh. Tapos yung dalawa, parang ito yung foundation ng tatlong principles na yun. So yung knowledge, so syempre dapat merong enough knowledge ka or yung sinasabi kanina, facts nga. And yung skills din na kailangan siguro para magawa yung initiative. And then yung moral condition. So importante na solid yung moral values ng mga tao. Kasi kung wala yun, magka-crumble yung framework na yan. Kasi naka-base siya dun sa morality na integrity, diligence, patience, and sharing. So from here, so parang ito yung root. So ito yung magiging fruit niya, yung balance or yung stability and sustainability ng economy, society, environment, and culture. So yun. Miss Kaya, baka may same lang din explain
Same
na.
na.
So ibang lang expression ng framework. So in-specify nila na ito yung inputs nga, yung knowledge and integrity, yung methods ay yung middle path, yung principles, yung outcome ay yung immunity sa materialism, social, environmental, and cultural changes. And yung goal is yung balanced, stable, and sustainable way ng nation at ng mga tao.
Para siyang nation
Yun.
building
Nation building,
strategy.
Starting sa sa self and then community
Self,
and then
yeah.
nation. And ngayon gusto nilang ma-adapt din sana globally yung framework na yun. And then ito nabanggit din kanina, so hindi niya dinedeny yung growth kasi ito yung isa sa mga naging criticisms, ganon, or nakikita nila baka maging limitation ng framework. So, kinlarify nila na they're not denying growth, competition, connection, or globalization. So, yun. Instead, it teaches us not to harm ourselves, our community, or others by exploiting human resources and taking excess advantage of natural resources para lang maka-generate ng high productivity and profit. So, sabi nga, lahat naman ng sobra, di ba? Masama.
Ay hindi maganda.
Hindi maganda.
Yan.
Yun. So,
Okay.
move na tayo dun sa SEP. Request natin si Berna to play yung yung Cowhill's Horn pala muna. Sorry, lumundag. Stop share ko lang. Okay.
Thank you. Yan yung
Thank you, Berna.
collection of videos namin. Sige, Andy, sa ating PowerPoint slide. Yan yung
Yeah.
aming
Yung
first.
kanina. So, yung SEP initiatives,
Yan.
ayan. So, sabi na, actually, initiative siya nung hari. Sana tama yung pag-pronounce ko nung si King Bumibol Adul, Dej. Ayan. So, naging hari siya noong 1950. And then sabi niya, we shall reign with righteousness for the benefits and happiness of Siamese people. And then, okay, ayan siya. So ito yung ilan sa mga photos niya na nagpunta siya dun sa communities para tingnan ko ano yung kailangan ng mga tao at saka nung mga communities. So yung 3 stages,
Go to the people,
go
Andy.
to the people, sabi nga ng rural reconstruction credo natin. Ayan. So, sobrang hands-on siya at pinupuntahan niya talaga yung bumababa siya dun sa communities. Hindi lang siya nagre-rely dun sa reports ng mga tao niya. So, nakikita niya talaga and na-experience niya, I think. So, yung 3 stages nung new theory, yun yung SEP. So, first is yung sufficiency sa self, ayun, farm level or state of self reliance. So, become more self-reliant in meeting yung 4 basic needs, yung human needs, yung food, shelter, clothing, and medicines. And then, i-avoid yung illness and wag magkaroon ng malalaking utang. So, yun yung first step nila para ma-achieve yung sufficiency. And then second is sufficiency at the community level naman or cooperation among farmers. So, i-clear yung mga utang, magkaroon ng steady na income, magkaroon ng access to electricity and water. Kasi dun sa first is yung 4 basic needs. So, dito inad nila yung electricity and water and education. Tapos magkaroon ng purpose in life and magkaroon ng mga cooperatives yung mga farmers sa communities. And then yung third, ito na yung sufficiency sa national level or cooperation among cooperatives and investors. So bukod sa ma-clear yung mga utang, magkaroon din sila ng savings. Yun yung third level. And then ma-foster yung personal and community development, ma-strengthen yung economic immune system, maging self-employed, and then mag-join hands with external organizations to enhance self-development for future economic endeavors. So yun. Kanina yung pinakita nating video is yung Cow Hinsorn na initiative din, royal initiative siya. So later mas makikita natin yung details pero before noon, ito overview lang ng mga naging initiatives nung government nila. So ang pinakamarami is water resource and then social welfare and education. 7.78%. And then yung occupation promotion, so livelihood, and employment. And then yung integrated projects or others. Then sa environment, agriculture, transportation and communication. And then pinaka-konting yung sa public health. So, yan. Okay, I think yan. Ito, meron dun so nabanggit natin kanina, no, ito yung initiatives dito. So, para ma-achieve yung community development based dun sa SEP. So, meron silang 2 types ng strategies. Parang first is mag-build ng study centers. So, sa ngayon, meron silang 6 study centers na tinatawag nilang living museums across Thailand. And then, yung second is yung magkaroon ng model villages. So, sa ngayon, more than 8,000 SEP model villages na sila across Thailand. Since 2006, nag-start sila. And yung goal nila is sustainability. And then ito yung mga department na kumbaga nag-handle or nagma-manage nung mga nila, Royal Development Study Centers. Yung isa doon yung Gauhinsuan. So ayan, several departments.
So parang yung RDSC ad
Sorry, Ms. Kai.
para siya one-stop.
Opo, talaga ganun siya. So merong mga trainings and then may mga demo farms sila, demo sites, tapos may communities din sila. And then may shops, may mga shops din sila dun sa loob. So, living museum, tas may mga shops. So, may ano na rin sila. May income
Parang
generating ano
souvenir shops.
So, yun. And
Self-sufficient.
then, yun. Oo, anim yun. Anim yung naitayo. Yung first na pinanood natin kanina, yun yung pinakaunang study center na naitayo noong 1979. So, ayan, dito tayo nagpunta. Miss Ken. So, meron pang 5 na pwede nating puntahan in the future. So, ayan. Nauna yung video natin kanina. So, pictures na lang daanan natin quickly. So, ito yung naging, yung day 1 actually, nauna yung video. Ayan, yung day 1. So, may registration. And then, ito yung shuttle na sinakyan namin. So, same shuttle lang siya doon sa buong 3 days. Kasi nasa provinces yung mga sites na pinuntahan namin. So, ayan, sa loob. And then, ano nga ba name niya, Miss Kai?
Ah,
Yung host natin
nakalimutan.
from FTTP. Medyo mahirap yan.
Oo, from APO Japan.
Apo. Tapos ito yung vision nung Kauhin Sorn. So, to establish as a living natural museum, yielding sustainable agricultural products and restoring natural resources that lead to a sufficient way of life. Yung mission nila, merong 4. So, first yung mag-study and research and then test for career development and restoration of natural resources. So, soil, water, forest, and environment. Kaya kanina green na green yung nakita natin doon sa videos. And then extend success to people, promote participation in social development and quality of life, and to manage the center effectively. So, ayan. Yung buong center ay 303.2 hectares. Ayan. So, meron silang water storage and irrigation systems dun sa buong center, and soil and water conservation using mechanical and vegetative measures. So, yan yung bird's eye view ng yung center. Merong 21 learning bases dun sa center. And yung goal nila is to do knowledge and technology transfer sa communities. So, ito yung mga departments na nagmamanage or involved dun sa dun sa operations ng center. So, merong 11 department from 4 ministries. So, yun. Ganun ka-involved yung yung government sa pag-manage ng centers. And then, ito yung map. So, ito yung katabi ng shop Miss Kai.
Oo.
So, group photo. Ayan, registration. And then, nagpa-snack sila before mag-start yung orientation or yung presentations. And then, ayan. So, first is yung overview nung SEP. And then, mayroon tayong lunch. Doon tayo nag-lunch nung day 1. Okay, so, long table. I think 3 tables yata yung sinet nila. So, ayan. So, puro masasarap yung food.
Foods. Yeah.
Tapos, fruit yung dessert. May kwento pa kayo, Miss Kai?
Yung yung nakatali ko siya at tinidor is dahon, kutsara at tinidor. Yun lang. Tsaka mas
Opo, nakatay siya dun sa
Yeah.
Mhm. Ayan. So, yung next, ayan, ito yung sinakyan natin sa pag-ikot dun sa buong center. Ayan, quickly na lang, i-run ko lang yung pictures. Ito yung guest house yung tawag nila, pero dito nagsistay yung hari, di ba, Miss Kai?
Oo. Yung kanyang bahay kubo.
Opo. Nawala yung slides. Ayan. So, nakita rin natin to sa video kanina. So, green na green. Ito yung malaking lake na man-made to, di ba, Miss Kai?
Yes. Kung
And then ito yung
naalala,
shop.
yung ano mo kanina, Andy, yung development projects ng
Opo.
mga Royal Development Centers. Yung
Opo.
water ang pinakamalaki yung percentage ng kanilang
Opo.
investment.
Mhm.
Kasi para sa hari, para sa royal government, mahalaga yung tubig sa lahat ng aspeto ng buhay.
Opo. Tama. Pag walang tubig yan, medyo
Yan, yung
delikado na tayo.
tindahan.
Yes. Wait lang, Miss
Oo.
Kaya. Share ko.
Yan ang tindahan. Mga oils, mga ano yan, mga made in Thailand, made in the center, at saka neighboring
And tea. So maraming nabiling tea and ointments.
yung ano,
Si Miss Kaya.
products.
So yung pinaproduce nila from the center,
Tea and
so
oils
dito
and
nila
balm.
minamarket. And balm. And may mga ano rin sila, handicrafts. Mga bags. And garments. So yun yung KHS Development Study Center. After nun, nagpunta kami dun sa isang community. So binisita namin yung isang enterprise na run by women no, Miss Kai?
Yes, women-led.
Ayan. Yung nag-welcome sa amin, ayan, merong locals doon. Tapos naglakad lang kami papunta doon sa dito. Area. Dito sila nagbigay ng dito nila share yung experience nila and yung products nila na na-produce doon sa community. Baka may i-add kayo, Miss Kai? Habang
Sige lang, go lang, Ants.
nilala natin yung pictures, ayan.
Yan.
Ang daming items.
Yan, parang na-remind din ako dyan, marami nating rural communities din, kahit urban communities na nagsusubok din ng iba't ibang products,
Yes,
ng iba't
po.
ibang good products.
And isa pa lang maganda rin dito na share nila. So yung mga volunteers din na tumutulong para dun sa marketing, yung packaging, ganyan, pag-develop ng packaging nila dun sa mga products nila, ganyan, yung mga universities, and madali silang makalapit dun sa mga ministries and departments para i-assist sila. And tama ba, Miss Kaino, yung gusto nila na mag-supply muna locally before sila mag-export or ano,
Yes.
parang gusto nila i-ensure na enough yung supply nila sa kanila muna before nila ilabas.
Pero nag-export din sila ng konti.
Pero nag-export na.
Tingnan nyo naman ang ganda ng mga produkto nila from packaging. Tapos ang napansin ko rin, Ants, yung processed food kasi itong products nila karamihan. Ang pinoprocess nila ay yung mga prutas na, syempre, yung tumutubo sa kanila, yung native sa kanila. So mga nuts, mga berries na talagang doon galing sa kanilang community.
Ito,
Na pinoproduce nila na marami.
And may yung snacks na binigay nila sa atin.
May preserved fruits.
Ayan. So, merong gumawa ng parang, ano bang tawag dito? Para siyang manipis na apa, na flat. Ganun yung taste.
Oo, para siyang apa ng ice cream, pero ube.
Ganun yung lasa. May
Ingredient.
ube. Tapos parang crepe siya na pancake.
Na malutong. Sarap.
Kaya meron silang sarap. Kaya may red rice, may dried, veggies ba ito, Muskai?
Yan, dried.
So after nun, may welcome dinner yung APO for the participants. So yun yung KHS experience. So next, dito na to, yung Chitralada Technology Institute na nasa Bangkok naman. So merong 4 programs sila na nag-present dun sa participants. So yung business school, yung general education, industrial technology, and yung cassette na what. So I think yung model community. So meron silang ino-offer na 3 levels of education. May vocational certificates, may diplomas or high vocational certificates, and bachelor degrees. So with a integrated learning and instruction approach in various areas of technology, mas technology-oriented talaga yung ano nun, yung courses, both within the institute and in the real workplaces of more than 80 networking well-known tech companies. So, ayan, yun yung bago pumasok. And then, ayan, kung mapapansin ninyo, naka-blue kami dyan. Kasi birthday ng mother nga ba, tama ba, Sky? Nung
Birth
hari,
month.
araw na yun, birth month, oo. So, and blue yung color nung sa mother. Yung hari na pinakita natin, yung hari ngayon, I think yellow. Kaya nung nagpunta din kami, pag naikot ka nung time na yun, makikita mo,
Yellow.
puro yellow yung mga nasa, yellow na ribbons, yellow na flowers, ganyan. So, ayan. Nakita ko lang kasi interesting. Baka gusto natin gayahin sa mga buildings natin dito para ma-encourage yung mga tao na maghagdan instead na mag-escalator or elevator. So, makita mo kung
Pag
ilang
nakailang
calories na yung
steps ka na,
na-burn
you
mo.
burn kilocalories.
Ayan. So, ayan. May
Okay.
binigyan tayo ng orientation tungkol dun sa 4 programs nila kanina. And then, ito yung, so ito yung parang guiding principle nila dun sa institute. So, study and work, work and study. Parang lifelong ano rin siya, learning. So, parang you never
Mm-mm.
stop learning. Parang
Yeah.
ganun. And improving, yan. And developing your
Tama.
skills, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Gaining new knowledge. So, yun. Ang goal nila is to produce good workers, good professionals, good citizens, good person with good character. So, kita naman yung emphasis dun sa good, no? Talaga.
Lahat
Sobrang,
good dapat.
clear. Oo. Parang ang clear sa kanila kung ano talaga yung good at kung ano yung
Kailangang lumabas sa
oo.
kanilang institute.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, yun. Kaya sabi nga kanina yun, talaga yung, bukod dun sa knowledge, yung moral values din, talaga ini-instill
Character.
nila dun sa mga students nila. So, yun. And then, ito yung tatlong, yung journey nila towards learning, initiate. So, ito yung pag-explore ng possibility. Sama na yung potentials ng students, ganyan. And then, yung iterate. So, parang dito nila ina-experiment yung ideas na naisip nila and then inspire. So, yung execute. Parang after several iterations siguro or trial and errors, it's time to execute your, your journey.
Nice, no, Berna?
Baka may,
Very
baka may
nice.
add kayo, Miss Kai.
Sige, go lang,
So,
go.
actually, pag na-notice nyo, no, very simple lang yung mga principles na nag-guide sa kanila. Parang ma-apply mo talaga siya. Kahit
In
anong
the
area or
fewest
field.
words.
Oo.
Para rin
At
siya
kahit
yung mga
anong level.
dinidiscuss
Diba?
po sa school. Like,
Ano, Bern? Ano, Bern?
para rin po siya dinidiscuss sa school yung subject po na edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or yung values na subject natin.
May ganon?
Yes po, meron. Na hindi dapat
meron.
wala as we grow and live our life to the fullest. Na dapat intact pa rin yung values na yun. Na tao ka bago ka naging ganito. Ganon.
Tama. Oo.
Really?
Parang
Okay.
hindi siya side, no? Hindi lang siya side, issue sa kanila.
Hindi siya
May-
byproduct. Okay.
Okay. So,
Sige.
ito yung key success factors na na-identify nila. So, mental and social and cultural aspects, natural resources and environment, economy, learning, technology, local participation, yung village leader and government support. So, kung makikita natin dito, talagang nagbi-build from yung personal muna. So, mental muna, tapos saka pupunta sa community,
Paligid.
and then yung government. Okay. So, ito yung, ayan, meron silang parang coffee break after ng orientation. And then, binisita namin yung
Classrooms.
laboratories ba ito, Miss Kaya? Opo, classrooms nila. Ayan. So, na-meet namin yung ilang students. Sobrang bata pa nila, pero pag nakita mo yung mga pinoproduce nila dun sa
Robotics ang
institute,
kanilang
grabe, ang
inaaral.
robotics. So, nagpiprint sila ng mga 3D models.
3D, yan.
Mm-mm.
Ganda nga inspiring yung kanilang classrooms and laboratories. Look, oh,
Sobrang
kung sa ganyan mo i-expose ang mga bata, di ba? Maglalaro ang
conducive
imagination.
talaga. Conducive for learning. Ayan, may mga prototype sila parts. Ito yung mga pinroduce nila, I think, dun sa 3D printers.
Yeah.
Sa tinitest nila yan.
Okay.
Dami na.
Ganda, no? Colorful pa.
And then, ayan, may group photo. So, yun yung CDTI, Citralada Technology Institute, na nasa Bangkok. So, ayan. Move na tayo, Miss
Okay.
Kaisa. Kubota Farm. Ito yung isa sa
Move na
mga
tayo.
exciting pa na pinuntahan, no? So, ito
Sino bang
yung,
mag-ano yan? Film.
okay.
I-video.
Ano ko muna. Ako, i-play ko lang. Stop.
Actually, ito yung isa sa mga highlights nung tour para sa akin. Yung tour around Kubota Farm. Kasi kung talagang interested ka or exposed ka or practicing ka ng sustainable agriculture, ito yung magiging interesado ko talaga at excited sa Kubota Farm na ito. Kubota, as we all know, yung brand ng Japanese big machinery and equipment. Tapos, nag-establish sila ng malaking farm dito sa outside of Bangkok na to eh. At para i-demonstrate ang ilang modern technologies for farming. Go, Ants!
Nasa Chunbu.
Sabi.
Okay na?
Yun. Okay.
Ayan. Di ba ang ganda?
Nakakatuwa. Oo.
Yan ang, kaya marami kaming video dahil yan yung pinaka-interested kami na part of the study mission.
Correct.
So,
Para ako nakita ng mga
niyo yung Kubota Farm.
Transformers.
Oo. Oo, that's right. Pinagusto ko yung drone na
Yung
nagdidilig.
drone. Gusto ko na siya iuwi eh.
Yan ang talagang highlight. Marami pa. Marami pa silang, para siyang isang farm na nandun yung maraming technologies na dinevelop ng Kubota from production to processing ng agricultural products. mula palay, mais, root crops, poultry, yan, marami. Sige, Ans, let's run our pictures doon
Ayan.
sa
So yung
Kubota
buo,
Farm.
ito yung layout ng farm. So meron siyang 10 farm zones. Yan yung inikot namin nun. So meron silang, isa-isahin natin. So first is yung complete agricultural consultation. Ayan, doon hinold yung orientation. Nandun din yung boutique, nila, yung shop nila. So, yung kung nakita nyo kanina, 360 yung room. So, nung nagpa-play yung video, talaga meron nasa harap, nakatingin sa harap, tapos meron nakatingin sa likod. Ayan. And then,
Ans, may 15 minutes na lang tayo.
okay. So, precision farm and crop rotation zone. So, quickly na lang kasi nasa videos naman siya kanina. New theory, agriculture zone, rubber and oil palm zone na may intercropping. So, and then infrastructure system and construction zone. Then modern field crop zone. Tapos yung complete agricultural research. Ayan, so meron silang mga models, large scale farming model, agroforestry farm model, agritourism farm model, and land management, yung agricultural theory zone. So dito naman yung, kung kanina yung research, ito naman yung complete agricultural training nila. So, and then dito yung innovation experience zone. Tapos yung horticulture innovation zone. Yan yung blast freezer. Natuwa din si Miss Kai. And then yung boutique, yung shop nila. So, bumalik na kami dun sa base nila. So, yun yung Kubota Farm. So, then yung third day, ito na yung last day nung study tour. So, yan. Merong plenary and breakout sessions. Nag-present yung Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives and yung TICA, Thailand International Cooperation Agency. So, quickly lang, ito yung highlights ng presentation ng BAAC. So, ayan. Being a tiger is not important. The important thing is for us to have a sufficiency economy. So, yun naman yung na-reiterate na kanina. And then, ito yung, I think mag-apply sa PRM, strengthening rural community yung steps. So, build common understanding, and then participatory approach, tapos continuous improvement, and linking with public and private sector. So, kanina na-mention natin yung key success factor. So, consistent naman siya. So, yung mental and social, yung first two steps, natural economy, learning, and then yung second two steps, so yan yung technology, local participation, leader, and government support. So, consistent sila from the talaga, mula dun sa institute hanggang dito sa nila, community development process. So, self-reliance, interdependency, and then community network linkages. So, ito naman yung presentation ng TICA. So, binigay na nila yung mga partners across the world kasama yung Philippines. And then, ito yung forms of development cooperation na ino-offer nila. So, ayan, development cooperation project, dispatch of Thai experts and volunteers, and then human resources development. So, dito tayo yung study tour dun sa study basis. So, ayan. So, same lang din nung kanina. And then, yung nag-breakout, after nung plenary sessions, nagkaroon ng breakout group. So, may 2 questions na sila binigay sa groups. Ano yung issue ng SEP? Ano yung issue sa local country mo na pwedeng ma-address ng SEP? Tapos, paano siya ma-address? So, ito yung presentation ng group nila, Miss Kai. And then, magkahiwalay kami ng group and then yung group namin. Yun. Bumabalik pa. So, yan. Some photos from the plenary and breakout sessions. Ayan, sa insights na tayo, Miss Kai. So, ito yung from Miss Kai sa naman. Ayan, insights. Kung gusto niyo ba i-share, Miss Kai?
Di pa nagpapalit ng frame. Yan. Yan ang insight ko. Yan. Parang 3 points yung pinick up ni Andy dun sa insights ko. Kasi at the end of the tour, parang a month after or a month or 2 after, kailangan mag-submit ng report ng lahat ng participants. So for yung 4 na Philippine participants, nag-submit kami sa Development Academy of the Philippines, sa DAP, which is the NPO of APO in the Philippines. So ang isa sa mga sinulat nilagay ko dun sa report, parang hindi naman nalalayo yung ginawa na yung pinagsimulan, yung core values ng PRRM doon sa sufficiency economy theory or framework. Pero yung pinagkaiba lang or siguro yung mas enhanced sa SEP ay yung central value of moderation. So yun yung naka-highlight talaga doon. Although sinasabi natin yun sa iba ang articulation natin sa PRRM. So kung paano ko siya ininterpret for in the framework of PRRM ay yung ecological sustainability as a key element of sustainable development. So the next slide para sa akin yung value of moderation, parang dalawa ang ibig niyang sabihin. Carrying capacity ng natural environment at saka carrying capacity ng sangkatauhan ng sambayanan. So, anumang activity, anumang human activity ay dapat magsaalang-alang ng carrying capacity of the natural environment that is the source and sink of all human activities. So, hindi lang siya source ng natural materials, raw ingredients, kundi pagkatapos nating maproseso lahat ng bagay, pagkatapos nating kumilos at lahat-lahat, natural environment ang sasalo sa lahat ng basura natin, sa lahat ng dumaan sa mga activities natin. Yan. So kailangan isipin natin gaano ba kaya o gaano ka sapat ang resources sa natural environment at gaano ka kaya niyang i-absorb lahat ng basura at wastes ng human activities. At pangalawang consideration, yung carrying capacity of humans. So nakaganon siya. Carrying capacity in terms of physical, social, political, psychological, or mental, and moral aspect. So hanggang saan ba ang kaya? Kailangan bang i-develop tong carrying capacity na to? O hanggang dito na lang ba tayo, etc. So those were my insights from the tour. Marami pang iba pero ito yung mga mahalaga. And then Andy will share her insights.
Okay, ayan. So yung isa naman na talagang nakita ko dun sa SEP is yung moral values ng isang tao can make or break an entire nation. Kasi yung Royal Initiative nga, actually initiative yun nung hari. So isa lang siya pero tingnan natin yung impact na nagawa nun. So di ba, it's not enough talaga for people to just have knowledge and skills and resources. Kailangan merong talaga, good moral values. Otherwise, both human and environmental resources will be abused, misused, and wasted for self-serving purposes. Sabi nga ni C.S. Lewis, education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make man a more clever devil. Yun. And then yung second insight is yung people will get on board kung nakita nila na yung initiative or yung framework or model ay naka-anchor sa isang tao or entity na pinapaniwalaan nila na merong relationship sa kanila. Kaya nung hari, bumaba talaga siya dun sa communities. Tapos meron siyang right and authority to direct and to influence and to lead them. So, isa yun sa mga enabling factors or success factors na nakita ko. And meron siyang sincere concern for the welfare and well-being na authentic talaga yung desire niya to help other people. And then, nag-o-offer siya ng potential or proven solution sa problema na kinakaharap nila. So, pag nandun yung tatlong yun, parang madaling mahikayat yung mga tao or ma-encourage na supportahan or i-implement yung isang initiative. So, yun yung summary lang nung yung tatlo. So, sabi nga nung isang nakita namin signage dun sa restaurant, dun sa hotel, dun sa kami nagstay. So, binibilang nila ilan yung nasayang na pagkain ng previous day. And then, may reminder sila to please consume mindfully. And pwede natin i-apply to sa lahat ng ginagawa natin. Diba? So, hindi lang dun sa
Parang
pagkain.
applied kagad yung value of moderation dun sa vision. Actually, yung isa pang insight ko, Ans, na ngayon ko lang naaalala. Ininvestan talaga ng Thai government yung pagpapalaganap, pagpopromote ng sufficiency economy sa kanyang institution, sa kanyang citizens, sa kanyang community. So, ininvestan talaga to. Kaya, kung mapapansin natin across the board, pare-pareho yung pinagmumulan nila, pare-pareho yung values na sinasabi nila. Pare-pareho silang nakatutok sa hari nila pag kinukwento nila itong mga programa nila. Hari, yung namatay na hari, not the current king.
Yung tatay ng current king.
Yung tatay ng current king. Yes,
So,
Anne.
yun. So, ito naman, yan. Some
Tayo.
photos lang. Doon sa pinasyalan namin doon. Siyempre, nandun ka na. So, pasyal na tayo. Ayan. So, yun. End of, presentation. Thank you po. Salamat ng marami.
Okay,
And
thank
thank
you,
you din sa
Andy. Pero
PRM sa opportunity. Opo, salamat.
yan yung dalawang templo na na dinaanan namin ni Andy. Okay. Friends, actually, di ba dun sa ating the month of November, itong sharing namin ni Andy ngayon ay first of a series of sharing ng mga APO tours na dinaluhan ng ilang PRM staff, sponsored by APO, of course. So, nagsabi tayo sa kanila na may at least 3 guide questions. Nasagot na namin ni Andy yung first 2. May isang question sa pangatlo na how do we engage rural
The youth.
populations, rural groups, especially the youth, para at least mapag-aralan or i-explore what this sufficiency economy is all about at kung kayang i-apply sa kanilang daily activities or sa kanilang mga proyekto, sa kanilang mga organizations, ganyan. Binigla kita, no? Pero have you thought about it?
Actually,
What are your own insights?
ang naisip ko po sa presentation and experience niyo with APO sa self-sufficient economy, para rin talaga siyang ikigai, yung Japanese spoken concept na ibig sabihin like a reason for being. So like, self-sufficiency is life's purpose, and all of us, like especially the Gen Zs ngayon na parang very na lang kung ano yung nakikita nila, ano yung trending, like parang, bilhin ko rin to, bilhin ko din yan. Pero at the end of the day, they waste all of those things kasi hindi pala bagay sa kanila, hindi pala bet ng panlasa nila and everything. So parang naging nag-ano sa akin na parang all of us should be mindful on how we all live, diba, in our daily lives, na hindi naman kailangan, every day is a luxury. Parang, yung tipong pagising mo lang sa umaga, nakakahinga ka ng maayos, meron kang magandang tulugan, yung maging appreciative tayo sa lahat ng meron tayo ngayon. Kasi hindi lahat ng tao may ganung klaseng privilege na nakakahiga sa malambot na kumot, na may magandang unan, na hindi nababasa kapag tag-ulan. So, yung mga ganung klaseng, yung appreciation lang talaga, maging appreciative yung mga Filipino youths. Kasi nagsisimula naman din po talaga lahat sa yung self-sufficiency na yan, sa self-awareness mismo ng mga tao. Like, ano ba talaga yung gusto nila maging? And educating those youths talaga, especially in the rural areas. Kasi minsan, nako-compare nila yung sarili nila na parang, ay, buti pa siya, may ganito, ako wala. So parang it comes from the awareness level ng mga kabataan. Kaya parang hindi sila nagiging satisfied sa kung anong meron sila, and then they strive for like to live someone's life na hindi naman din talaga akma sa lifestyle nila. So again, yung moderation na palaging na-iterate po sa presentations nyo ay kailangan po talagang mag-sink in sa utak ng bawat isa, especially sa Filipino. So for this, sana ma-share out din po natin, especially sa YA. Sa PRRY, yung magkaroon ng ganong klaseng usapin na kahit hindi na self-sufficiency, kahit yung isang part lang po doon, kasi 3 yun, yung moderation lang, parang sapat na. Para magkaroon sila ng self-awareness, magkaroon sila ng self-sufficiency, na maging appreciative sila sa kung ano meron sila, kung ano yung mapoprovide ng family nila, then they should be thankful enough for those things na already. Ganun po.
Okay yun, Birds. Gawin nga natin yun. Parang catchy words or phrases, tapos mag-isip, ano ba para sa kanila ibig sabihin ng mga ganitong
Ano ba sa
salita
yung
o concept.
Oo.
Oo nga, no? Anong pagtingin nila doon?
Pwede. Let us do that.
Masaya yun.
Nice.
Magjo-join ako doon.
Okay, thank you. Mag-join ka. Join tayo. Kahit di tayo youth.
Oo nga.
Gawin natin yan sa Youth Association at saka sa SLIN.
Yes.
Kaya nagpapasalamat kami ni Andy doon sa APO for
you,
inviting
thank you po.
Pierre Red at for accepting our nominations, our applications at for exposing us to this kind of framework and how it is being implemented sa
Yes.
bansa na led by government, led by the national government.
Thank
Okay,
you po naman,
so
Dam.
thank you,
Sa
Andy.
ulitin, Miss Kai.
Oo,
Ano
sa
may next
ulitin.
pa?
Salamat, Andy, sa iyong paghahanda ng ating mga materials ngayong gabi.
Opo. Thank you din po.
Thank you. Ano pang pasasalamatan natin, Burns? Si JM?
Yes po. Si Sir
Thank you,
Ed and si
JM. Okay.
Shirley.
So, sa susunod na Sabado, isa na namang grupo ng mga na-expose sa ibang bansa sa ginagawang mga programa, concepts at workshops sa ibang bansa at mag-share sila ng kung anong relevant para sa Pilipinas, lalong-lalo na sa rural communities and rural youths. Okay, so ating patuloy na pag-aaral hanggang sa muli.
Thank you.
Paalam.
Bye-bye.